All right, welcome in everyone to another Batflip Entertainment video. This one's going to be a little different than what you're used to of our baseball content. As you can see, we are going to talk about some college football. So we're recording this August 18th, the Monday before week 0 is set to begin. So if you guys like the college football content, let us know. We are interested to do more. We are all college football sickos. We watch way too much of it all the time. You know the normal three: Damian, David, Matt. We got a new guy down here. Looks like a hippie. Adam is a little weird. Adam, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone a little bit more
I'm
about
a I'm a little weird. I mean, I've known these three for a long time. It, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
that's
you
the
can,
way to
you can
describe
start.
it. We come on now.
All
Yeah,
right. Known these three for years and years and
there you
years.
go.
Big Notre Dame fan, big college football fan. It's a much better sport than baseball. So,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oops.
as
Today, I
a
agree.
Cubs fan right now, that's the way you're definitely feeling now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for
As
sure.
of,
Sure.
as of today, I agree completely.
Excited to get
Um,
started. Talk ball.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can't tell, this show is going to be off the rails. We are
Yeah.
we are not going to be as professional as we are on the baseball side as of now. But really, it's just we wanted to bring you guys something different to the channel. We've done a lot of baseball, but it's in a little bit of a lull right now. So we want to get some college football on here. So I think first, let's kind of talk about who we're fans of and why we're a little bit of fans of them, right? If you could see, I'm obviously Oregon. I'm also an LSU fan. Don't ask me why. It's weird. All right. Liked LSU for a long time, was a fan of them. Also, one of my very close friends, my best friend, he's a diehard Oregon fan. Took me to my first game against Stanford, became Oregon fans after that. Like both of them, very rare they play each other. But I am diehard Oregon and diehard LSU both. Adam, you can take your coach back though.
I don't want him.
I don't want him
No,
anymore.
I don't want him. He's not part of the family anymore.
Yeah, family. Gotta have part of the
Family.
family. But we are loving what Dan Lanning is doing in the Pacific Northwest right now. So, David, who are you a fan of and why?
I went to Clemson from 2012 to 2016, so I have been a Clemson fan basically since 2011 when I started thinking I wanted to go there. Um, Before that, I was watching like the Florida Gators and South Carolina and some of those other teams in the South, and definitely absolved myself of all that SEC garbage and was able to get myself freshly acquainted with a championship caliber team. But high aspirations this year. Been a little bit down the last couple of years. I'm really excited for having totally stolen Penn State's defensive coordinator. I'm excited about that. We'll talk more about Clemson later, though. I'm excited about the season up ahead because I think it's going to be really fun. But Matt, tell us about Auburn.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in the state of Alabama. And when you're born in the state of Alabama, you pick one of two schools to be a fan of, and you're going to be a college football fan. And I have influence from both sides, but my grandmother and my great aunt and great uncle had Auburn season tickets, so they were the ones who wooed me to their side. And since I was 4 years old, I've been to Auburn games pretty constantly. I've been to every home game for the last 15 years, I think.
Man.
2009 was the last time I missed a home game. And, I'm surprised I don't have gray hair. I'm only 29, but I'm surprised I don't have gray hair because of the roller coaster that being an Auburn fan is. We've had a national championship. We've had a runner up in the championship game. I was at the Kick Six game, which was pretty cool. I graduated from Auburn in 2019, so I've been a fan for my entire life, and I'm excited. I've got my season tickets this year, so I'll be going back, and it's a lot of fun. I love college football. It's a great time of year. Fall is the best time of the year. So, Adam, tell us a little bit about your Notre Dame fandom.
Yeah, absolutely. Born and raised Northern Indiana. I've lived on campus, or just right off campus. Damien knows all about that. Go Clay. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Been a fan my whole life. I've lived up here my whole life. Been basically grew up on campus and around Notre Dame people. To this day, my job takes me on campus all the time. Um, So I just love the place. Love Notre Dame. Love the football program. Love where it's at right now. I don't think we've ever been in a better spot in my lifetime. It's a ton of fun. So hey man, hopefully we have a good year and keep going. Conferences suck.
Oh man.
So where are we starting?
So we should start with our predictions, right? So I think you want to take it away, Adam, to start us off with. What should we go around and give a prediction for each of like the conference? So we'll do like SEC 1, 2, 3, 4, ACC, and go like that.
Sure. Pick which conference we starting with.
We lost Damien, but I'd say SEC probably. Start with the best one.
That's right.
You know, if I'll kick this off, I do have a little bit of SEC hot take, which it doesn't feel like it should be, but it doesn't feel like anyone's talking about Alabama anymore. I don't know why. Did they just fall off the? Did they just? I don't understand it.
I think it's the fact that even though they're preseason top 10 in the AP poll, they're 3rd or 4th in the conference. Like,
man, I consume so much college football content, and it is all Texas, Georgia, Florida, LSU.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why Alabama is not going to go back to being Alabama this year. I love them winning the SEC this year. No one's talking about it. Maybe they'll have a better quarterback situation this year. Tyson, we'll see. But I don't know. It seems like their camp's going well. Everything I've heard or seen online seems to be like, oh, it's like Nick Saban's burning the damn camp again. So, hey, why not?
Yeah. All right. You want to go next, Matt?
I can. Honestly, the SEC is interesting this year because I don't think there's just a clear favorite at the top.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of teams that have the potential to be like incredibly good that people aren't really talking about that much. I do think Texas is probably the best team here. I am a big believer in Arch Manning. I think he's going to be good. Texas has had a lot of investment into their roster. They had a great season. Had a great season last year. Had a great season year before last. Sark's got it rolling there. I do believe in Texas. We're going to learn a lot about them right off the bat. Week 1 at Ohio State. That's going to be crazy. But I think Texas is probably the team to beat here. I'd watch out for South Carolina a little bit, Florida. Everyone's going to call me biased. I'd watch out a little bit for Auburn. Auburn's going to have 2 or 3 like first round caliber players on their team, and I don't know that anyone believes in the coaching staff, which is kind of where I'm at. I mean, I think the talent's there to be right in this conversation, but in Florida with Lagway, he could carry them a long way if he keeps developing. But I do think Texas is the team here.
Yeah, it's tough to pick against a Texas. I'm not going to take the Georgia race car drivers. I'm just going to avoid that one entirely. My prediction is Texas is good and in the like championship game. But what I think happens is we get a Red River rivalry SEC championship game between Oklahoma and Texas.
Really?
Like Oklahoma, I like John Mateer a lot. I am big on
Moneyline Mateer.
I like
just beat you on that one, Adam.
I love the quarterbacks coming from like the Pac-12, like the high profile quarterbacks that jump into these SEC teams. I think Cam Ward did a good job of going to Miami last year. He was a Washington State guy. Mateer went to Washington State. Now he's gone to Oklahoma. Brent Venables coaching up the defense. Like, I love where Oklahoma is going to go. I think it's possible that Oklahoma wins a whole lot of like 10, 12 games. I think it's also possible Oklahoma goes like 3 wins and Venables gets fired. So don't take that one for gospel, but I think it's a rematch of the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma takes it. Fun, weird pick. You didn't even mention them.
Maybe we get into Heisman talk later, but the 2 quarterbacks in that game might the winner of that might be.
And then exactly.
Hey, I put Adam on Mateer like week 1 last year.
Yeah, he did. Full credit to Damien. He called that early.
I told him and I was like, dude, I'm watching this Washington State game. Go watch it right now because Mateer is incredible. Yeah. And like we just watched every single game from that point on. And when he was entering the portal, we're like, choose one of our teams. And he goes to Oklahoma and we're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Dude,
But no,
he's awesome.
He's so fun to watch.
Yep.
I'm worried about the rest of that roster around
Yeah,
the tier in
sure.
Oklahoma for sure. Like I think Matt mentioned Texas. I think for sure is like the team to beat. Right, it's the easy one. I am interested to see what happens in Tennessee now that Nico's gone and they got the transfer
Yeah.
from UCLA. I'm not sure they're going to be good, but like I'm not sure they're going to be terrible either. Like I think it's going to be really interesting to see with Tennessee, but I definitely think it comes down to I think it's going to be Texas, Alabama in the championship and for the SEC.
Yeah.
Who got winning it?
I think Texas. I'm a big Arch guy too.
you go.
I think Arch is there. I think Texas has done everything they needed to, especially with NIL coming into the SEC. They've matched it very well. Steve Sarkisian's such a good coach. And I'm not the biggest Kalen DeBoer fan, but he seems to get enough out of his teams. But I just think Texas has so much talent on that roster, like they're going to be able to match what Alabama can give them.
Yeah. Surprised nobody picked UGTA.
Right. I also we didn't even say Ole Miss too, right? That's
Yeah.
just really deep. It's
They
annoyingly
lost,
deep.
they lost a lot from
Yeah,
last
but
year.
Yeah.
they're always going to be dangerous. I just
Yeah.
it just goes to show you how deep the
If-
conference
yeah.
is. I think
If Kiffin can do anything with defense, they'd be okay.
Yep.
But he just never can.
he never
Yeah.
can.
Him and Lincoln Riley both.
So let's jump to the Big Ten. Yeah, go
Yeah,
kind
do
of
it.
across the way. We start with you at it, right, Adam? So we'll keep it there. Who you got?
Yeah, start with me again. I do not trust Penn State at all.
No.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
No.
I want to pick Penn State. I'm like their return. They have on paper they should win it.
Yeah.
They have a lot less question marks than Ohio State does. I'm gonna pick Ohio State because yeah, I will not pick Penn State to win a damn thing until they actually do
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
As far as the conference goes, though, I will shout out. Maybe it's just a regional thing here, but I feel like everyone's sleeping on Indiana again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fernando
Nobody
Mendoza,
does, though.
man,
Yeah. he's
throwing
good.
to look, they might just be middle of the pack. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that offense is legit. Like they may have a top 3 offense in the Big Ten this year. They may go ahead and just go on a run again and maybe sneak their way into a Big Ten title game. I doubt it, but
Yeah.
I think they'll be up there.
You stole my surprise pick. I'll have to go with a different surprise pick. As the underdog in the Big Ten championship game going against. I'll stick with Ohio State. I think they're always going to be there. They'll have this marquee game against Texas. I'm sure it'll be close. Even if Ohio State loses that game, I feel like they'll have the reputation of being, a top team just because they played in that game for the whole entirety of the season. And if they win the game, I mean, good grief, they're gonna be number 1 all year, even if they lose a game. So, I'll say they're going against like Illinois, who's got a really feisty roster. I don't know if the offense is going to be able to keep up with the defense, but the defense is always really good in Illinois. And when we get into winter, when they start playing those frigid games in Champaign, like it's going to be really interesting to see if like a highly defensive oriented team like Illinois can keep up in that kind of offensive juggernauts with this Big Ten group. But ultimately I'll pick Ohio State just to hopefully jinx them somehow. I don't know. I just don't see anybody beating them, especially because they have that first true test immediately. And I do not trust Penn State, just like you. There's just no way, man.
No. Get a new coach.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I really do think this is a 3-team race here between Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. I've just the biggest difference between I think the SEC and the Big Ten is that the SEC has like maybe 7 or 8 teams that are like have the ceiling to be like a national championship contender, and I really think that the Big Ten really has 3 teams that have that kind of ceiling. I think if any of the other teams find a way to win, kind of similar to Indiana last year, I think they'll get in the playoff and then they'll probably lose in their first game. But I do really like I really like. I mean, it's hard to bet against Ohio State, right? I mean, I know Penn State's ranked above them in the opening day AP poll. If you're getting a ton of hype, I'm with you, Adam. I just don't trust them. I really just don't trust them. I mean, James Franklin's struggled to win big games. He won a couple last year, but he struggled for the most part to win big games. And I mean, I don't fully trust Drew Aller. I think he's got the potential to be really good. I think the NFL is going to like him. But I
Against
just
Notre Dame, he had deer in the headlights.
oh
the
yeah.
whole game.
I mean,
the
it's-
whole game.
yeah. I mean, it's like he has games where he throws for like 80 yards, and you're like, he looks terrible. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got the physical tools. So if he can get that out of him, then he could be really good. But it's just I don't know. Ohio State's probably my team here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we haven't even mentioned it either. Ohio State got Max Clare, who is just a game breaker
Dog.
as well. I think the real thing is going to come down to here is the quarterbacks, right? Because
Mhm.
Ohio State's starting Sayan, who he's a freshman, and he's a redshirt freshman, but he's still a freshman, first college ball here. Oregon starting Dante Moore, who didn't look great at UCLA, but he came in redshirted behind Gabriel last year. But again, the last time he played college football, it didn't look great either. And Drew Eller has had deer in the headlights looks, like Adam said.
Mhm.
So it really is which of these three can show themselves as stepping up to be a legitimate contender. Ohio State has a great roster. Like you said, none of us really believe in Penn State until they show they can pull off the big game. Like, they're always good, but they're just never good enough to beat over the hump. And I might be biased, but Oregon has one of the easiest Big Ten schedules too. Like, their only big game is at Penn State on September 27th. Outside of that, it's like they have Indiana at home. They go to at Iowa at one point, and then a Friday night game against Minnesota right after Iowa. But again, it's like they don't have any Michigan. They don't have any Ohio State. Like, they don't have Illinois. Like, I think it's an easy thing. I think it ends up being Oregon, Ohio State in the championship game. I think it's probably Ohio State, just the level of talent on that roster, I think right now gives them the edge. But if it's anything like the game in Eugene last year, I'd take that again. I don't take the playoff game, though. That one, we're not going to talk about that. But I think Ohio State does pulling it off in the Big Ten.
Any USC believers?
Not
At
this
all?
year.
Really?
Not this year.
Not really.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Uh,
They lost Maeva. He left too. So
yeah.
I think they're just.
Who is their quarterback this year?
No, Miami's still their quarterback.
Lincoln Riley's going to jump
He's
ship
still there.
at midnight again.
Yeah.
I think on him.
I think you're thinking of Miller Moss that went in the portal.
Yeah.
He was their starter last year. Mayava is back.
Oh yes, I was thinking Miller Mouse. Sorry, Maeva is the starter. Yeah.
Miller Moss at Louisville, though.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That offense is
Hey,
nasty.
Perfect opportunity to switch to the ACC, I would say. So
Never a good opportunity to go to the ACC.
let's talk about the ACC.
A
They've
real
got-
conference, finally.
Exactly. That's right. A conference that has
Adam, you don't
Stanford
know a real
and
conference.
Boston College in the same
They all
group.
suck.
I agree. So of this group, Adam, we'll keep going that same order. Who you got for the ACC?
Okay, Clemson's gonna win the ACC. Like,
All right.
they're gonna win the ACC.
Cool.
Teams maybe could challenge them. Obviously Miami's gonna be up there. I don't know. Miami
Carson
doesn't scare
Beck.
me. I don't know. Notre Dame faces them week 1. I've been watching a lot of Miami things, researching Miami a lot. That might just get spit right back in my face in 2 weeks. But
Just go research Carson Beck and then be happy about yourself. Just
there
go
you
do that.
Yeah.
See how many speeding tickets he has.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
But
Well, he
Georgia
left
Tech.
Georgia, so
Yeah. Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I think Georgia Tech's gonna be really good. I probably stole that one from David. He's giving me that.
Ye-
Damn right.
Yeah. Yep.
Georgia Tech. I think Louisville's offense. I think Louisville's offense is going to be insanely good. They may not have any defense, but
Yeah.
their offense is going to be insanely good. It's probably about it, but yeah, it's Clemson's conference to lose. I don't see them not winning it.
I'll try to talk my team down a little bit, but yeah, this is a year they should go unbeaten in this conference.
Yeah.
And they got a couple of really tough out of conference games with LSU and South Carolina. I mean, those are not going to be easy games. This team is loaded. It's as loaded as it's been since Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne were there. It should win the conference and it should go undefeated in conference play. There's really no excuses for anything less. I do. I was going to say, I think the team that challenges them is going to be the Haynes King led Georgia Tech team. I think they're just going to be scrappy and feisty, claw their way into some games. And they might have the ability to upset Clemson one time, but I don't think they can do it twice. I think Clemson wins the championship game pretty handily. But I like SMU more, and I think I like Miami. Given how they played late in the season last year and got into the playoff and stuff, I think they definitely have some ability to throw the ball around and put up that high octane offense that's going to make things tough for some of these defenses to hang on. But yeah, I think there's a significant drop off in overall talent here, but I'll go Clemson over Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Everybody on Clemson here. I mean, their defensive line is just downright disgusting. I think the one thing that maybe gives me some reservation is I don't know how much I trust Klubnik. I think he's good. I don't know if he's like really, really good or if he's just good. Because there was times last year that he was, holding on the ball too long. It didn't have the accuracy. But man, he looked really good late in the season. So I feel like I trust Klubnik to more so than a lot of the other quarterbacks in this conference for sure. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know who will challenge them. My best guess of who will challenge them is Miami. I know Carson Beck gets the hate that he gets, and it's for good reason. But 2 years ago, Carson Beck was good at Georgia, and he was preseason #1 draft pick type guy before last season, and he threw too many picks last year. It's not that his final numbers, other than the picks, were all that bad. He just they lost a lot of receivers from the year before. They had lost Brock Bowers, and they had lost Ladd McConkey, and they didn't have a lot of receivers step up. The offense just never really clicked last year for Georgia. And one thing about Miami that I trust Cristobal with, which is hard to trust Cristobal with very many things, is that they're going to have a good offensive line. And I think that's going to help Carson Beck a lot. I think that's a big problem that Georgia had last year. Their offensive line was not the same as it had been, and Carson Beck was under pressure a lot, and it was a problem for him. But, I'm not a big Georgia Tech guy. I understand why people like them. I really like their coach, but that's the type of team that seems like every year their star players go in the portal, and it's hard to replace those guys every year. Sometimes you're able to get some gems out of the portal, but then sometimes you don't. They did keep Haynes King, but I'm not a huge fan of Haynes King. He's all right, but I feel like their run game was what really drove that team last year, and we'll see if they're able to do that again. I definitely like watching Georgia Tech. I like pulling for them. They're a fun team to pull for. It's kind of like pulling for Vandy a little bit, but yeah, I think definitely Clemson here is pretty much a shoe in.
Yeah, I think Clemson is the one too. I'm surprised no one mentioned it because I'm super interested to see what North Carolina looks like this year.
Oh yeah,
obviously the Bill Belichick led North Carolina. They have Max Johnson's back again, but they also got Gio Lopez from University of South Alabama, the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much he plays, but he's also really good. It's going to be really interesting to see how he transitions to playing football up, in one of the Power 4 conferences. But obviously they had a bunch of turnover. But Bill Belichick, I mean, we don't know how he's going to translate, right? But if this guy finds a way to win, usually it's going to be Bill Belichick. They're interesting. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to get to the title game against Clemson, but I think it's Clemson's division or conference for sure. Yeah. But I'm going to be watching a bunch of North Carolina football this year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, hey, Bill's certainly winning in his personal life. That's for sure.
Right? Yeah.
That first Monday night of the season is Bill Belichick's debut. It's the Monday night game.
TCU.
So interesting. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. We'll roll into the Big 12, try and wrap this one up quick, but I think this one may be the most wide open one of all of them. Obviously, we had all different picks for the SEC, but who you got for the Big 12?
It feels like there could be 8 different teams to win the Big 12 this year. I want to go with Arizona State, which seems like the easy cop-out answer. I really like Texas Tech if I had to pick another one. Bear Bachmeier at BYU is going to win the Heisman, so
dude,
guaranteed.
Quarterback wearing 47 is automatically elite.
Automatic. I might watch 12 BYU games this year.
He's at BYU. As long as he's 47 years old.
BYU finds a way, man. They find a way to have that good talent all the time. But
they always find a way at BYU for a lot of things. But
I was referencing nailing that Tyler Algier was going to be good, but you just
no comment.
Took me off there.
Sam Leavitt, BYU.
Sam Leavitt,
Arizona State.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I go with
I was
the
gonna-
quarterback.
I was going to go Texas Tech. I like the idea, kind of the idea that they're good once every 4 years. Basically, they have that 4-year cycle, and that's a lot of these teams. Like TCU is always good once every 4 years. But yeah, Texas Tech has a favorable schedule. They've got like their out of conference games are AR, Pine Bluff, Kent State, and Oregon State. I mean, they might go 10-0 or 12-0, 11-1 maybe. They'll lose to Arizona State maybe and get in the championship game there. Oh man, I like where Texas Tech's going to be. I think they're going to be really good. That's my pick for the Big 12.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about the Big 12 teams. They have a lot of turnover every year in that conference. The one team that I've kind of got my own is actually Kansas State. I think Avery Johnson has the potential to be like that type of quarterback where even if their roster is not quite the same as some of these other teams like Texas Tech and Arizona State, the quarterback can make the difference. I think Avery Johnson's one of those special types that can really make put them above everybody else because I think there's a lot of evenly matched teams in this conference. So I think I'm going to go with Kansas State. We'll get to see them play Saturday. They're playing week 0. That's going to be interesting. So I'm with you. I mean, Arizona State is a good bet. Obviously, I think Iowa State's always a team to watch out for too in this conference. They've got a great coach, and Texas Tech really hit the portal well, and I think they've definitely got a good chance to be good. But I'm going to go with Kansas State here.
Yeah, I'm surprised we have no Colorado fans in here.
I do not believe in their quarterback situation at all.
It's obviously a joke.
Yeah.
I don't believe in anything that's going on in Colorado either. You guys took every single pick I was going to. Yeah, Adam's a big Shedeur fan now.
Now.
He's a Joe Flacco fan.
But he's elite too.
Very.
My 3 picks were going to be Texas Tech, Kansas State, or Arizona State. It's one of the 3, right? I think if you're talking about that, I think Kenny Dillingham is a very, very underrated coach. I think he showed what he was able to do with the Arizona State team last year. Texas Tech, they have massively stepped up their involvement in NIL. Matt talked about their portal haul. They also have had really good recruiting classes in their own pace for another one as well. But Avery Johnson's also really, really good. In the end, I think Arizona State, Sam Levitt, I love everything they do there with Kenny Dillingham. I think they're the easy pick, but again, I wouldn't be shocked if either of those other 2 in Texas Tech or Kansas State do it. Or a good old-fashioned like Mike Gundy resurgence, because never doubt on that guy, because he's a man and he's 40.
It feels like this conference is going to have someone completely random come out of nowhere and win it.
My completely random pick is going to be Baylor.
I was going to say
Baylor. That's my completely random one out of this. I think they have a tough schedule. They have a tough schedule too. They got Auburn and SMU out of conference. That's not a cakewalk, but that's time where you could lose 2 games and then go on a conference run because you've been battle tested.
Also, our friend Hank would hate us if we don't mention West Virginia and the return of Rich Rod.
Okay.
So
it's going to be interesting.
Hey, we're not saying
it's
it's
interesting
good.
for
It's
sure,
good,
right?
but we had to mention them because if not, we would not hear the end of it from him. So mention West Virginia and Rich Rod.
But
All right,
Kansas.
They have a great coach.
You could.
They lost
State's
last.
They lost Devin Neal though too.
Who's going to finish last in this conference? It's going to be Colorado. Like
UCF,
everybody,
probably.
you could talk yourself into every single team in this conference. I could talk you into Cincy probably, and we could figure out a way that they go 8-4 and win enough conference games to make the
Houston's
championship.
got Connor Wigman.
I'll say I don't even remember who all's in this conference at this point. So.
UCF.
Yeah, I was gonna say UCF.
Central Florida's probably going to be in last. They're going to be terrible. Houston was really bad last year too. They could be terrible.
Both of those teams feel like they're teams that can finally find a way to turn it around too. Like
maybe
it's
Houston did well in the portal though. I will say that. I wouldn't be surprised if they surprised
UCF got rid of their anchor of a coach. So
this is the perfect time to transition to the biggest game of week 0, which is Iowa State and Kansas State. So Damien, why don't you throw us into some kind of a preview for it and maybe we'll make picks.
I'm thinking the biggest game on that one is Stanford on the island at Hawaii.
I can't wait, man.
That's the biggest
Bet the
game.
over.
Let's be honest.
Hawaii
Bet the over every time it's on the island there. But looking right now, it's Iowa State at Kansas State. Right? Where are they playing this one?
It's in Dublin.
Oh, that's right. It's in Dublin.
It's in Iowa. Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting game because those ones are always wild, unless you're playing Notre Dame playing Navy for some reason over there. I think right now, Kansas State's favored, I want to say,
Mhm.
by 3. As I'm
Yeah,
looking at this right
makes
now,
sense.
but those games always get wild, man. First game, week 0 in another country. Like, I don't even know how to really preview it, but I think we were just all talking about how we think Kansas State's going to be really good here. So if you're telling me for a prediction in this one, I think Kansas State is who I'm going to pick.
I will say that I bet the quarterback play is better than watching last year's Ireland game, which was DJ Uiagalelei.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that was
Haynes
bad.
King. Haynes King
Well,
took
yeah.
Georgia Tech to the win.
Yeah, well, but
we thought that was bigger than it was.
DJ
But
Uiagalelei drags it down like way more than Haynes King brings it up.
Yeah.
So
See
No,
how
I-
he remembered how to throw the football under Jim Harbaugh now?
it's
Kind
wild.
of funny.
Yeah.
Couldn't have
But,
done that a couple years ago, right, Cuddy?
Yeah.
I like Kansas State. Feels like a trusted team. You know, like Kansas State's the kind of team that'll come out and be pretty solid in that first week when you don't know anything about an opponent. But
And Matt
Iowa
Campbell's
State's
not
good.
going to allow Iowa State to have a bad game either. Like,
No.
I think it's going to be a good game. He's not
Yeah.
going to allow them to falter, but
Yep.
Adam?
Avery Johnson's legs make the difference.
Yeah, I think we're all going to pick Kansas State here. Let's look at it a different way. 3 points, does Kansas State cover?
Yes,
Probably.
I think it's like a one of those games where it's close until the fourth quarter, and then a key mistake turns the tide, and it ends up being like a touchdown.
Let's say the over-under on this game is 49.5 in an Iowa State game.
Yeah, that's
Just saying.
it's
Interesting.
Yeah.
good line. Thinking like 20, like 27-20. It's kind of how I see this one going.
Be interesting. Yeah, I'm with that.
All right, fine. We'll talk about Stanford and Hawaii.
Let's
Hey,
go.
did y'all see Hawaii's
Let's
finally
go.
building a new stadium?
They
Yeah,
are.
aren't they?
That's awesome. I was worried they weren't going to do that and they were going to get rid of football or something, but they're building a
Nah.
new stadium. So
Fighting Timmy Changs will never go away. The fact that they lost Braden Shager, that's a real downer for Hawaii fans, but it's going to be interesting.
it?
Stanford, yes. Stanford having Frank Reich be the coach now for a year while Andrew Luck came in and is evaluating that program. That's going to be very interesting to see how they do, but it's such a tough game going to the island, Hawaii, week 0. Hawaii's actually favored in this game at the moment, which is funny enough. The over-under was a 51.5 right now. Like, I don't know what to think, but that's the number. What do
I
you
don't
guys
think there's any way they score that many points in this game. If it's a blowout, it doesn't feel like Hawaii scores or Stanford scores 35 points. Like it'd be like a 28-3 type of game if it's a blowout one way or the other. So I don't know. This feels like one of those games where the over-under is really high, and then you kind of end up with like a defensive slugfest where everybody's making mistakes, throwing interceptions, fumbling. It's just crazy.
I cannot wait for this game. I'm
These
so
are-
excited.
It's a good one.
So
The,
excited.
This is a great game.
how about that being the debut of Andrew Luck as GM?
Right.
It's gonna be
It's gonna
interesting
be-
too. And
He'll be on the sideline probably.
Hey,
That'd be cool to see.
yeah.
I hope
And
he's doing well.
Damien's
Yeah.
going to be conflicted.
I got one more game to mention here. Fresno State and Kansas could be very
fun.
interesting
Yeah.
too. That could be one that's a really close game late that people aren't really talking about.
Yeah.
We just mentioned Kansas with the Big 12 discussion. Fresno State's obviously going to be Pac-12. I don't think they are yet, technically.
Yeah.
Or they are already.
I think it's
No.
next year.
next year.
Yeah, I think they're next year. They're Pac-12. So, it'll be nice to see whether or not Kansas has anything. The last couple of years they've been resurgent and actually productive, but they're favored by 13. I don't think I'd take. I think I'd take Fresno State to get within 13 of this in this game for sure.
Yeah, I
But-
think so too.
I don't know what you're talking about, Matt. Sam Houston State versus Western Kentucky might be a
That could be good too.
wonderful game.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are all elite.
There'll be a lot of
football games.
scoring.
I am pumped.
Yeah. I was listening to an Auburn show last night, and one of the
you
guys on there is just he was just a big football fan in general. He said every year week 0, you could put the worst 10 teams in
Mhm.
college football in week 0, and he's going to watch every snap of it. It's
Oh.
it's
yeah.
just like that's how I feel about it too. It's like these games, it doesn't even matter who's playing. Like we're
No.
going to be keeping an eye on it, paying attention to it, and
Yeah.
every school that needs some kind of exposure should play week 0 because, or at least try to. There's some rules about being able to play week 0, but everyone should try to play week 0 if they can. That needs some exposure, needs a TV slot because everyone's gonna be watching it, even if it's not the best matchup, best game. So.
Yeah.
Even just as a fan, I got a week 0 game 2 years ago. That was so much fun. I don't know what it was about playing on week 0, having the first game of the year, but it was great.
Yeah, it's electric. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for our first college football show here on Bat Flip Entertainment. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think if you enjoy the college football episodes. If you enjoyed Adam being on the show, we know you didn't, but boost his confidence up a little bit at least. So maybe he wants to come back at some point. And let us know who you think will win each conference as we went through down below as well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys back on the next one.